It's been amazing. I really can't speak highly enough. It's a steady stream of clients who are seeking representation. That's very, very important. I find the difference with LegalMatch is, first of all, there really isn't any spam to deal with, which I found in other services I've used in the past. LegalMatch genuinely does connect clients or potential clients with attorneys who specialize in the area that they want. Is every single client that goes on to LegalMatch, do they have a case? Absolutely not. That's the same way in every area. Not every client actually has an actionable case, but they want representation. And I think that's the first hurdle, but it's one of the main hurdles, is finding clients that actually do want representation. And I believe LegalMatch facilitates that excellently. Really in two ways. The obvious way is clients have continued to seek representation. In my world, there's been a higher rate of termination in 2020, but the laws necessarily haven't changed, especially the federal laws. Or while one may think that the pandemic would cause all sorts of employment changes on a federal level, it really hasn't. We're still dealing within the arena we were before. So oftentimes clients who have been fired as a result of the pandemic, maybe they don't have an actionable case, but they have continued to come through the door during the pandemic. There's actually a second way LegalMatch has helped. Their staff of LegalMatch have reached out to me, very, very regularly. I had a great conversation right in the middle of last year. Middle of the pandemic. I remember everyone was remote, so I do remember the middle of the pandemic. And a representative of LegalMatch sat down, spoke to me for an hour about ways that we could pivot and ways that I could use LegalMatch to harness a new client base. And also LegalMatch, the representative, was reflecting on essentially what you've asked. How is it going during the pandemic? I just think that support is fantastic. The intake is genuinely what I like the best, because first of all, having information in front of you is good for, number one, figuring out whether the client even has something that may be actionable. That's huge, to be able to just have a quick rundown. Secondly, it actually gives you less work to do when you do talk to the client, because that intake form that LegalMatch put forward, or the intake that the client answers, stays with the case the entire way. You always have that information: when they were employed, how much they earned, what their allegations of discrimination were, what their last date of employment, whether they have an employment contract. All of these things go into our actual litigation file, and my associates here use that information to build out demand letters, which then end up being federal charges or federal complaints. So that really is, if you ask me, my favorite thing about LegalMatch is probably that. There are many other things that I love, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. At least every second day, I would say. On average, at least every second day. Sometimes it's 2-3 a day. As with anything, sometimes there might be an odd couple of days you don't, maybe a weekend as well. But I would say every other day something comes through. Of every client that will submit a lead, I would say maybe 1 in 4 on their face seem like there's something I can do for them. And to be totally honest with you, the other 3 out of 4, oftentimes it's something like union workers and things like that, which unfortunately we can't do much for. So it's not like they don't have an actionable case or need representation. It's just our representation is limited. So let's say 1 in 4 is a proper case. My strike rate on that 1 in 4 will be very high. Tension of the 1 in 4, if I reach out to 1 in 4 leads, more often than not, it ends up being a client, and that's how I characterize it. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's the only one of the ones I have, the only one I trust and I respect as for what it does. I was told before, you have to have an online presence, which I believe is true. And that was more so in that context. I didn't like the service, a prior service I was using, and wanted to cancel it. And the representative said, you should keep a little bit of it there as an online presence. It does nothing for me. LegalMatch, I pay a monthly subscription and I get clients, and it's as binary as that. So how it compares, I think it's fantastic. Not only do you get an intake, not only do you always get real human beings, no spam. That's the first thing. You get individuals that need representation. You get their contact information directly. They get notified when you match them. Obviously, I don't see that back end, but I know because they call the office and I get to speak to them. So I can't speak highly enough of LegalMatch in comparison to other services I've used. Well, I found the trick to the trade was to set up a Google Voice and to text the client. Essentially, I'm emailing, really, is on my end. I'm sending from a keyboard a written communication, but it's going to go to their phone through Google Voice. And I find that especially when clients, in my world, clients have mostly just been terminated. They may not even have a laptop anymore. It might have been a work laptop they were using. But I can get straight to their pocket and I can send them an introductory text that's friendly, familiar, and they can text me back and they can feel like they're texting with their attorney. You can't run a law firm on SMS text messages, so it's good that those texts come to me then as emails and run it that way. So that was a tip that LegalMatch themselves gave me, a representative from LegalMatch, when we were talking about how to improve, how to build on the success I'd already seen with LegalMatch, and that was to bring in something like a Google Voice and be able to text them. And I found that I can't speak highly enough of how much of an improvement that is, and I would recommend that to anybody. Well, you're going to get clients. As with any service, you pay for any service and you at least hope you get some success out of your dollar. Whether you pay $1, whether you pay $1,000, $10,000 for any service, you're looking for something in return. You're not looking to waste money. You will not waste money with LegalMatch. You get what you put in. So if you're not going to sign up and there's going to be a line of clients outside your door all signed up already, you're going to have to retain the client. LegalMatch do everything they can to get the client to your door. You're going to have to work to get them signed up, or if they are a case, but you're certainly going to get people at your door. I will say that. I just want to thank everyone. LegalMatch kept their word. They really did, or they've been keeping their words because it's ongoing. When I signed up and I was to have a weekly check-in and I had a representative, the representative checked in every single week and we had great chats and we became phone friendly, let's say. And then the representative passed me to a monthly account, graduated me to a monthly account membership, and that representative called me every month. They've kept their end of the bargain, or you have kept your end of the bargain. That's really all you can ask for these days. I mean, when I say it's all you can ask for, it's refreshing.